Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another year of the OC Varsity Gridiron Show. I'm Dan Albano with the OC Register and OC Varsity, joined by my partner, Steve Fryer, as we are ready to embark on the 2022 high school football season here in Orange County. Steve, it's a good time of year. We're back. You are the defending champion, very successful. You're coming off a very successful season last year of outpicking me. I didn't even, I still owe you tacos. We haven't got to quite do that yet, after all this time, but I'm happy to be back with you. How you doing as we, get ready for another high school football season just a few days away?
It's Taco Tuesday today as we tape this, Dan. That's your reminder.
That's good. Thank you for the reminder. So,
yes, sir.
Well, let's jump right into it. There's a pretty entertaining game on Thursday, and two county teams kicking off the season, and that's Capo Valley at Tustin. Last year, these teams played a thrilling overtime game. So you think this could be another good game based on last season, but there's some unknowns really for both these teams. Capo's got one of the best quarterbacks in Orange County, Trey Kukuk, but his top receiver, Dane Benedict, is going to be out for the first couple games of the season with the knee injuries coming back, which is good news for Dane, one of the best players in the county. And then on the other side, you have Tustin, got a transfer quarterback and Jack Stupin. But if you check on the CIF website and you look about, at least the last time I checked, maybe last night, wasn't quite cleared by CIF, had one of those pending school responses when it came to his eligibility. So will Jack Stupin be making his debut for the Tillers or not? That's obviously a big question. Tillers have some good linemen, a couple new transfers, at least one of them looks eligible from Huntington Beach. So this could be a very interesting game, Mr. Fryer. Who do you like in this one?
I like Capistrano Valley, even though Dane Benedict's there. Trey Kukuk was great in this game last year. I threw for 383 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he ran for 98 and a pair of touchdowns. And I expect him to be better because he didn't play. I don't think he played at all as a sophomore, hardly at all. And so he came out gangbusters as a junior, and he's gonna have a great season. Of course, last season he had that that monster 615-yard game against Tribuco. So this guy can go. And I think that with Sean Curtis, very passion-oriented sort of coach over there at Capo, they're going to throw pretty good too. I hope Jack Stupin can play, and I know the CIF wants him to play. The CIF section wants guys to play. Those linemen that they have at Tustin, you mentioned those two guys, the Faltoy brothers, big guys, same side of the line. Tustin's going to run it a lot. I talked to Anthony Lopez, and I go, so you're going to run? He goes, yeah, we're going to run a lot. We're Tustin, so they're going to run it a lot. But I always favor a passing team, even without Benedict's there. But I go with the Cougars of Capistrano Valley, and what should be a pretty fun game.
Yes, I'm going to be covering this game for the OC Register, and it's a good Thursday night game. And I am also picking Capo Valley, despite not being at full strength. Going to see some of those new receivers. Coach Selway is their offensive coordinator, does a great job at Capo as well. So, but I think Tustin's going to have another pretty interesting squad. Got some new players, so let's see how that goes. Let's move on to our first Friday night slate of games of the season, and there's a lot of really good games. I want to start with, I think it's the Valley's game of the week. Santa Margarita taking on San Juan Hills. This will be at the Badlands, the home site of the Stallions. Got a refurbished field there, but here they are taking on Santa Margarita, who's highly ranked in Orange County, is pretty loaded up with the returning quarterback. San Juan Hills has got their quarterback back, so two of the better quarterbacks in Orange County. Tofelson for San Juan Hills, promising sophomore. Jackson Potter for Santa Margarita, committed recently to Alabama at Birmingham. I had both these quarterbacks in the top 10, but last year Santa Margarita won this opener 38-14, and that game was at Saddleback. This year that's going to be at San Juan Hills. Like I said, who do you like in this one, Fryer?
I like Margarita. I think they're poised to have a really good season. Are they the third best team in the Trinity League after Mater Dei Bosco or Bosco Mater Dei, however you want to flip that one. They might be, I think they are. I think Anthony Ruzzi, I think it's his third year coaching. He's got an enthusiastic program going on over there. I think Jackson Potter, this is going to be a big year for him. I just feel it. I saw him last year, kind of rough around the edges, doing a lot of INTs. I think he shakes all that out this year, and I think he's going to be really good. San Juan Hills has got some pretty good guys, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Dan, you know who I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, Weston Fort is one of the best impressive sophomores. Another sophomore linebacker, got all kinds of offers, and he had a very impressive. I mean, you think about how many linebackers have you seen over the years, Fryer, that are that good as a freshman?
No, it doesn't happen. Maybe a running back, receiver, even a quarterback, if you got the right dudes around them like they do at Monarch Land. But a linebacker as a freshman, that doesn't happen too often. But I like Margarita in this game. We have Margarita, I think, number 3 in our top 25, and San Juan Hills at 13. So it's not that big of a difference between the two, but I like the Margarita guys. They look like they're going to have a dynamite season.
Yes, I have Santa Margarita as well. So we've agreed on both these games. Maybe we will disagree on this one. How about also on Friday? This might be the best game of the night. I think you're covering it. Very interesting game. But Sarah of Gardena taking on Orange Lutheran. This game is at Orange Coast College. And what's so amazing about this game is that it's a matchup of reigning CIF champions. Sarah won Division III last year. And Orange Lutheran, oh, by the way, we all know all about them. They won Division II. Sarah actually went on to win a state title, and Orange Lutheran got to the SoCal Regional and lost. But both these teams had great years. They played a pretty competitive opener last year as well, and that was won by Orange Lutheran. But Sarah has got this amazing kid, fastest player in the state, and Roderick Pleasant at receiver, maybe some cornerback as well. And then you got a revamped Olu team that graduated Logan Gonzalez off of their prolific offense last year, but now they're saying that the defense is going to be better. So should be a very interesting matchup, Steve, between two of the better teams in the region. Who do you like in this one?
Sarah Lutheran. I like Sarah to win this game. A lot of their really good players, they have like 3 or 4 all CIF players coming back. You mentioned Roderick Pleasant. They also got D'Angelo Davis, who is the Division III Defensive Player of the Year. He's a linebacker, pretty good sized kid, very fast, 6'2", 235. Cornerback Dakota Fields is back. He's got offers from Arizona, Boston College, Cal. Bunch of really good guys from that very good team last year that was 11-4. Orange Lutheran, they're going to be really good this year. We have that number 5 in our preseason top 25. Is that too high? I don't know. We're going to find out. But Sarah, with so many experienced guys coming back and Lutheran being new at a lot of positions, Lutheran's going to get better as the season progresses. But I think right now, on this particular week, Sarah's a better football team.
All right. I'm going to pick the Lancers. They're returning to that same field where their season ended last year in an incredible bowl game. They lost 71-62, that basketball score against Cathedral of San Diego. And now I'm interested. I think the Lancers talking about defense, maybe the defense being the strength of their team. I like that. I'm always a big believer in defense. So I'm interested to see how Gabe Morin works out at linebacker, leading a good linebacking crew. Gabe Morin and JoJo Edwards, and they got some experience in the secondary. They like their D line, so I think the Lancers can win. I'm interested to see who the Lancers start at quarterback too. That's a big question mark. Or maybe they're going to play multiple guys. I wouldn't be surprised with that as well. So that could be game of the night. But another one, how about this one as well? Sierra Canyon coming into Orange County, taking on J. Sarah. Kind of a little bit of a rivalry if you look at it just, going back last year. Last year, Sierra Canyon beat J. Sarah twice, including in the first round of the Division II playoffs. But the scores are pretty interesting, Fryer, because they played in a season opener last year. Sierra Canyon won 40-14, and then they played a great playoff game, and it was 42-35. Kind of showed, J. Sarah's growth and under Coach Scott McKnight. So they really improved. They were a very young squad. They have a ton of guys back this year, But Sierra Canyon, they're the #1 ranked team by the LA Daily News. They have a lot of transfers, including 4 transfers from Desert Pines of Las Vegas. Like I said, they're #1. They have a very good receiving group, and they supposedly have a mammoth offensive line, which is one of the strengths also of Jay Serra. But I think Sierra Canyon's actually going to be a little bit bigger. But what's your thoughts on this game, and who's your prediction?
I thought what you said about Jay Serra getting better in the course of last year is obviously truthful, and they're going to be better this year. Jay Serra is a program that's on the rise. They were going up for a while, took a little dip. Now they're coming back, and it takes a while to build a football team. You know, basketball, you get like one or two transfers in, or 1 or 2 really good freshmen, and yeah, you're set. But football takes a lot of guys and a lot of positions and a lot of work to get a football team up to a very, very high level. Jay Serra climbing that ladder. I think they're going to get there. Scott McKnight, as you and I both know, is a football brainiac, so they're going to get going there. But I'm going to go with Sierra Canyon in this game. They got some pretty big guys in the defensive side too. You mentioned the O-line. I think they might just, and we know Pat Harlow's one of the best line coaches in the United States of America at Jay Serra. But I like Sierra Canyon in this game, and I think maybe team speed also favors Sierra Canyon. Team speed, especially on the defensive side of the football, so crucial. Going to those Trailblazers of Sierra Canyon in this game.
Okay. Well, I really like the vibe I got from Jay Serra over the summer when I saw him at the Edison Passing Tournament. They made a surprising run to the semifinals. I liked what I saw, the poise I saw out of Xander Singh. Looks like their quarterback. He played well against Sierra Canyon last year. I've heard about the linemen at Jay Serra. They got some emerging wide receivers, maybe some under the radar guys on defense. But I think I'm going to pick the Lions to pull a big upset and really spark their season. I think they are top 10 team in Orange County, in that bottom range, maybe 10. I would have them in Orange County. And but this is going to be a tough order. But I like the fact that they're at home. Last year when they lost both those games to Sierra Canyon, they were on the road.
Yes, sir.
The last game, Mr. Fryer. Speaking of road trips, and we got these, kind of cross area games, and another county ranked team, Yorba Linda, who I think's got a really good schedule. They're probably playing the toughest schedule they played under Jeff Bailey, and they're opening at Damien, who I believe is ranked 2nd in the San Gabriel Valley Tribune's rankings, ranked 2nd to only to Bishop Ammon. And Damien's an interesting team because they played a tough schedule. They're in a pretty good league, but they were only 3-8 last year. But the 3 teams they beat were all, CIF championship teams. So they were one of those bubble teams that almost made the playoffs and might have done some damage if they could have got into a kind of a favorable draw. But then you got Yorba Linda. They have one of their better teams, I think, under Coach Bailey. I think that's why he's scheduled so tough. But they return Ryan Beal, their quarterback, JJ Conrad at wide receiver. Yeah. I saw the Yorba Linda in their scrimmage against Cypress last week. They have some good size. Salcido looked good at running back as well. They have some good linemen. Of course, they have Wyatt Mosier at linebacker, all county first team. They did get surprised a little bit on the first play from scrimmage. Matt Morrell burned him for a 70-yard touchdown. So I think maybe they got a little wake-up call. But this is a tough opener on the road for Yorba Linda, which is playing a tough schedule. Who do you got in this one, and what do you like about this game?
Yorba Linda's, I have them winning this game, even though Damien's going to be a lot better than that club that only won 3 games last year. They got their quarterback returning too, Dylan Gutierrez, who threw for over 1,000 yards. They got a really good running back, a sophomore kid, Steve Lopez, who ran for 829 last year as a freshman. Pretty good receiver as well, and a sophomore linebacker, Caden Ariano, is pretty good. So, but I like Yorba Linda this game. Ryan Beal coming back at quarterback. He's poised to have a really, really good year. Conrad at receiver is really good. You mentioned Mosier as well. This is going to be Yorba Linda's best team, I think. And they've had some good ones up there in Mustang Land. So we have to see how that goes. But, it's a tough road trip always, early in the season. How are young kids going to handle being on a bus for that long? but I like Yorba Linda. I think Coach Bailey's, one of the best guys blowing the whistles around Orange County. I'm going to Yorba, sir.
Yeah, it's a very interesting game because last year Yorba Linda had a 10-0 regular season,
Yep.
and then they lost on the road to another, to the team I just mentioned, Bishop Ammont. They lost in the first round of the playoffs. But here they are kind of going on the road again, taking on another, San Gabriel Valley team in Damien out of Laverne. But I also think the Mustangs can win, and I'm going to pick them. I think they do have a good team and really impressed with their schedule. Playing San Juan Hills, playing Orange, among others. They have their Crestview League as well. So they're going to play a lot of good teams. And we'll see what that means as far as their playoff division and their ranking. Obviously, when you play good teams, that's going to keep your ranking pretty high in the Cal Preps.
Yeah, and it should in ours too.
Yeah.
If a team's 0-3, but they play a bunch of really good teams, the other team's 3-0, and they're beating a bunch of teams 6-2-0. That 0-3 team. I always hate doing that in Twitter, the Twitter wars. Trying to explain everything about why and strength of schedule.
Yes, we do that. It's a common theme, but yes, we do very much respect strength of schedule, who you're playing, and hats off to Yorba Linda challenging themselves once again. So well, we disagree on a couple games, and this is wouldn't you agree, Mr. Fryer, this week 0, this is a pretty entertaining week. I mean, there's probably a few other games that we could have mentioned
Sure,
as well, but these are, I think, 5 games that are, it's a pretty nice schedule for week 0.
yeah, very good looking schedule. Don't we have like a Cypress Foothill going on this week too?
Cypress Foothill. I
Yeah.
also like Woodbridge, Northwood.
Woodbridge, Woodbridge,
Northwood. I think those are two of the better
Santa
teams.
Ana. I want to see what Sergio Torres looks like. Their quarterback coming back as a junior this year, right? Playing against Milliken. I'm going to be at that game on Thursday, and then I'm at Sarah Orange Lutheran on Friday. I think Sarah Orange Lutheran is going to be just a blast. It's going to be a fun game.
That could be the game of
Roderick Pleasant, fastest guy.
Yes.
Fastest guy. How are you going to catch him, Lutheran? Figure it out. Tie his shoelaces together. Do something. I saw that guy run during the track and field. So they go, whoa.
Yes.
As good as Max Thomas was at Servite. Yow. Roderick Pleasant. Uh-oh. Lamborghini.
I know. He is amazing. Lutheran's got its hands full right out of the gate. And a lot of these matchups are really great. So it's going to be
the fact you're all are playing tough teams, guys. Good job, coaches. Way to go.
Exactly. And, so we're going to have a bunch of coverage starting on Thursday or even before Thursday with Fryer's predictions in the paper and our previews and, of course, our coverage on Thursday and Friday, even into Saturday. So you guys know where to go. We appreciate you guys all joining us back here on the Gridiron Show. Follow us all season long for our predictions. See how the reigning champion Steve Fryer does and see if I can make up some grounds. And we're looking forward to talking some OC football all year and seeing you guys at the game.
1 shrimp taco and 1 carnitas taco. Thanks, Dan.
I got the tab. So thanks, everybody. And we'll see you guys at the games and we'll see you next week. Thanks a lot.
Camarones. Hasta luego.